Hello there. This is Ellen Bird with Birth of New Earth, and I wanted to talk to you today about why I'm transitioning into raw veganism and how exactly I'm doing that. And so it starts with why. Why would somebody transition into raw veganism as a diet, as a lifestyle, as a new foundation for their health and well being in their life? Why I'm doing it personally, I began on this journey almost 9 months ago. I started in a process of cellular regeneration where I was eating a completely fruit based diet and 100% raw. And the protocol was to go for 14 weeks. And within this 14 weeks, I took certain supportive herbs to help detoxify the bowels, the livers, the kidneys, the adrenals, the different glands, the endocrine system, everything. Re-establishing vitality and cellular regeneration throughout my whole system. And this was a Dr. Robert Morse protocol. If you've heard of him, if you haven't, you should check him out. He's incredible and has helped people detox from crazy illnesses as far as stage 4 cancers and HIV and things that the doctors and the medical system say that people can't detoxify from. And so I started on this process 9 months ago and felt so much vitality in my being and in my body, so much wellness and so much deep healing of things that I thought that I was just living with, things that I thought were normal, being overtired all the time, being overweight, dealing with candida. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. There's a lot of degeneration in our cells this day and age. We've been coming in younger and younger with issues like thyroid and babies getting cancer and all these things, prone to certain disorders in my family like cancer. And I wanted to prevent a lot of this stuff. I wanted to heal from certain viruses and conditions, bacterias. I wanted to bring everything into balance, into vitality, into wellness and health. And so after this 14 weeks, I didn't stop because I was feeling so good and I couldn't take a step backwards. Going back into cooked foods, I felt worse than ever before. I got ill instantly, and I noticed that the energy that I thought that I was getting from cooked foods was nothing compared to the energy that I get when I'm eating a raw diet. And the baseline of vitality changed so much so that I couldn't look back. I couldn't go back to eating how I was before or even close to it. I couldn't even go back to eating cooked foods. And that was something that I've come to the conclusion of within the last few months. I have started going completely raw again. I was during the first 3 months, initially 108 days actually, and then I started trying to incorporate cooked foods back into my system just to see, what it felt like. And it just was so wrong. I noticed the slowing down, completely stopping of the detoxification I was going through whenever I put anything cooked into my body. And my pain came back to the surface. There was muscle tension and inflammation and mucus and all of these things. I was slowing down. I was needing more sleep. It just wasn't grounding anymore. It wasn't revitalizing. I could feel the difference in what the raw foods and the vibrating energetic foods created the feeling of in my system versus the dead, dense cooked foods. And so I've been on this path and have now committed to transitioning into being fully raw because as well as for me, for my own vitality, for my own health, for how connected I am to my soul's purpose, my spiritual work here on this world, my community, nature. I called in my partner, my full aligned partner, my king in this life, All of these things, all of the synchronicities have been amplified. Everything is coming along so much faster. I'm more creative than ever. I'm more in line with my truth than ever. I'm more sharp. I am here. I am present. I am in my body. The benefits for myself are infinite. I've experienced so much, and it keeps happening the deeper I go into this lifestyle. And something I realize and I want to share with you too is it's not just for me, this diet. It's for everybody else in my field connected to me. So many shifts are happening energetically because I'm holding down this really true, really deeply purifying path, because I'm continuously embodying deeper parts of myself and shedding deeper layers that weren't me and connecting with a truer nature. It's energetically uplifting those around me and connected to me in my field. And I realize as well the importance of doing this kind of work at this time on planet Earth, when there are so many things happening that are really hard to look at sometimes. The more dark, confused, the overconsumption, the intensity, the more, I call them more satanic, more Luciferian energies that do exist on this planet right now, that sometimes seem like they're in our face all the time. Because those energies exist, I feel an even deeper and even truer purpose of doing this work right now when it's needed. That pillar of light all around the world, as many as we can get of us to be raw vegan, is actually beneficial to bring the balance and harmony back on planet Earth. And so I'm being called into this work from nature, from the Mother Earth herself. I feel the call to be doing this work to bring things back into balance. And it's happening in myself, it's happening in my field, and it's happening collectively because I'm stepping up and taking this time to make a point of cleansing myself at the deeper levels and being in a more harmonious, loving place with the whole world around me. I interact with the world around me in such a more connected place to truth than I ever have before. I'm not judging things. I'm not seeing things as good or bad. I'm seeing things from a bird's eye view, from a real, genuine perspective that's helpful and that's enlightened. And that consciousness is needed here now. So that's a really big reason of why I'm doing what I'm doing. It is for me, it is for my babies, it is for my collective field and the 7 generations that I affect ahead of me, and it's for this planet that I chose to incarnate on at this time. It's specifically for this time now when it's really needed. And so that's my shortened, condensed version of why I'm choosing this lifestyle for myself and why I'm transitioning fully into being a raw vegan. And so currently I'm in the process of the how to transition to raw veganism. So you may be noticing, if you're starting to eat more raw foods, more fruits and vegetables that are uncooked, you may notice that your system doesn't know how to handle them. Some people say that they feel sick if they eat too much salad, or it's because there is something in our system, in our digestive system, that has been building up over our entire lifetime. For me, almost 27 years of eating the standard American diet, cooked foods especially. There's something that gets created along the lining of our intestinal wall that's called mucoid plaque. And this mucoid plaque is this dark, black, sticky, mucousy, thick conglomeration of old food that wasn't able to be absorbed into the intestines because it was processed, because it was a starch, because it wasn't what the human frugivore digestive system was able to break down. And so it builds up in our intestines, along our intestinal walls, and our digestive system is kind of suffocated by it. And in a sense, this mucoid plaque has protected us from the really toxic, really highly acidic foods that would completely shock the body and harm it if the mucoid plaque wasn't there. And so by by having mucoid plaque in our systems, we're not able to receive the nutrients from the foods that we're eating. Parasites and fungus and bacteria and things like this can grow and do grow on the mucoid plaque. They feed off of the mucoid plaque. And so if we don't have the mucoid plaque in our system, the fungus, the bacteria, all of these things, all of these disorders, all of these diseases cannot grow because they have nothing to feed off of. And if we don't have the mucoid plaque as well, we can actually absorb the nutrients of the foods that we are supposed to be eating with the digestive system that we have, which are alive and uncooked fruits and vegetables, as well as uncooked legumes and uncooked grains, to an extent, mostly, and nuts and seeds, soaked, raw, vital foods, things that we're supposed to be eating that our digestive system is made to break down are these things. And so getting the mucoid plaque out of the way, you are actually allowing your body the spaciousness to absorb all of the nutrients from all of the foods that you are putting in. And so if you get rid of the mucoid plaque and you decide to eat cooked foods after that, you're going backwards because you're creating more mucoid plaque. That's what the cooked foods, the residue of those things create more mucoid plaque in the system. And so by getting rid of the mucoid plaque, I am choosing, and I can't really, there would be no point to go back and eat a cooked food diet again, because I would just be creating the whole horror story up for myself again. And so I'm making a commitment by going through this transition period. I'm making a commitment to a raw vegan lifestyle. And I have worked through all of the emotions around that, all of the fears, all of the doubt, all of the ideas of how socially awkward and isolating it's going to be. All of these things, we are able to detox all of these emotions because emotion, physical, spiritual, it's all connected, right? And so what I'm doing currently in the transition phase is I'm going through a 40-day juice detox cleanse. And so a solid food vacation, in another nicer way of saying what I'm doing. I am making a point of not having any solid foods. So I'm currently juicing. I have some watermelon juice here with some lemon. It's really delicious. And I'm currently on day 17. And for me, it's been a breeze because I've been up until this point, I did 8 months of 90% fruit, which is the easiest, most energetically vibrating, vitalizing, also cleansing, detoxifying, alkalizing food to be putting into the human body, because we have a frugivore digestive system. It is the easiest, most simple, most nutrient dense thing for us to digest. And so that's been a huge part of my protocol, has been a high fruit diet. And so I've done a lot of the preliminary detoxification. You know, I cut out meat 10 years ago. I cut out dairy products and animal products 4 years ago. You know, so I've been taking steps. I cut out cooked foods, and then I cut out vegetables, and you know, so it's been a process. And I'm in a place of total stability in my bodily system, where my kidneys are filtering, my liver is releasing toxins. It's not the toxins that are being released in my system are not circulating in my body anymore like they would if your kidneys aren't filtering, and all of these things. I've learned all of it from the beginning of day 1 to now. And so I'm in this place of strength with this juice fast. I'm not feeling lightheaded. I'm not feeling loopy. My energy levels are stable. I'm building muscle. I'm in dance class and doing a lot of activity. I'm strong. I'm vital. I'm really, really noticing myself in a great place to be doing this. I was so afraid. I had so much fear. 40 days of just juice. How am I going to be able to live? But I'm really... I'm doing a great job with it because I've set myself up for success. And without the body needing to digest, deeper levels of cleansing are happening. and parasites are leaving my system. A worm just left my system, like a 5-inch worm, and I like didn't even know these things existed in a body that was so healthy and so pure, and 8 months of deep cleansing, and I've already gotten rid of so many parasites, and more are coming out. So these are like the deepest levels, and each time something leaves, my consciousness shifts. It's hugely noticeable. My whole energetic, mental, emotional state shifts because it's all connected. All of those little buggies and all of those weird things living off of our mucoid plaque, when they leave, more of us gets brought back into our body, because those parts were illusions, those parts of us that were fearing and doubting and afraid and in pain, all of these things that we're screaming out are attached to different entities in our bodies, and I'm getting to the deepest level of what those things are and releasing them from my system. And so the point of doing this 40 days is to get fully rid of the mucoid plaque in my system. And I haven't gotten to that point yet. I'm on day 17 and I haven't gotten to that point yet because the juicer I have still has so much pulp. It's not a good juicer. And so I'm still digesting. So I need to get to a point. I'm getting my nice juicer on Tuesday, double masticating, like the really nice, like grinding for turmeric and ginger and vegetables to like really, I'm going to pull out the rest of the mucoid plaque in these next days coming. So I'm doing this extended juice fast in order to get rid of fully the mucoid plaque in the intestinal walls. And like I said, once that is gone, I will be fully reset and fully able and pure and simple and sweet, like a baby's digestive system, so clean, so purified, and ready to receive the nutrients of the foods that we came in to break down in our bodies, which are raw, which are fruits, which are vegetables, which are nuts and seeds and legumes that are soaked and raw, not cooked. Our body doesn't know what to do with those things. Those things leave linings of stickiness and thickness. And nut butters, don't ever eat nut butters ever again, because they do exactly what it looks like, is doing that same, it creates that same coating on the intestinal walls that doesn't leave. And parasites and bugs and things like this love eating that stuff. And so you're just calling in colonies of things that aren't you, that are wanting to live off of your undigestible foods. And so I'm going to, after this 40 days, put in the nicest, most alive, vibrating foods, mostly fruits. They're the easiest and most nutrient dense, and vegetables and little bits of nuts and seeds and little bits of legumes, but sticking really with the fruits and with the vegetables and raw. And I'm sticking with it, and just really excited to give my body exactly what it's here to digest the easiest. And in that sense, I'm supporting my life and loving myself in the deepest way imaginable. Self-love in the deepest, 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 deepest sense of what that means. Because this idea that I'm sacrificing something in order to be a raw vegan has become an illusion to me, because truly I was sacrificing so much before by eating things that my body didn't know what to do with, and was just holding in areas of my body and creating more stagnation in my system. And so, if anything, I'm doing something that is the opposite of a sacrifice. I'm doing something that is so loving to myself, and so revitalizing to myself, and so nourishing to myself. I am going to be able to absorb fully all of the nutrients from the foods that I'm putting into my body. And I'll be able to utilize those nutrients into the form of building muscle, into the form of working out and dancing and creating and playing and singing and detoxifying. I'm choosing a lifestyle where I am in current detoxification, and as a raw vegan, you can fully detoxify and regenerate the entire brain within 7 years of being raw vegan. So everything before that, the brain is the last part that fully gets regenerated at a cellular level. And so you can see I've regenerated so many cells. Like, I look different. I'm brighter. My skin is clearer. My hair is getting to its true blonde color again. I mean, everything inside of me is flowing. And this has only been, I've been doing this for 8 months, and I hadn't even been fully raw. There was that, couple weeks in between then when I was trying to incorporate cooked foods again. And so I'm just excited to see myself along this journey and how deeply I can revitalize every cell in my being and learn who I am each step of the way. The new layer, the next level of detoxification where I go into a core wound and come out the other side, I'm speeding up the process of my own evolution because I'm making a point of it. And my lifestyle I'm choosing is to continue living like that and to live in the most vitality, in the most natural, in the most exciting, vibrant, deeply satisfying. It's such a joy. It's such a pleasure. And I'm buzzing. My dad just saw me yesterday for the first time in months. And he said, just being next to you, I'm buzzing. And I radiate this thing now of aliveness. And I'm so grounded in a whole different level than I ever thought grounding meant before. It's a whole new embodiment that I'm getting to experience. And this gets to keep going on. I'm choosing to embody even further into who I am and step into who I came here to be and do what I came here to do and bring babies into this world that are so healthy and vibrant and supported and set up for success from day one, and inspire the masses around me. Yeah, it's pretty exciting, and I'm really, really, really grateful that I found this path and that myself is dedicated to this and that I'm here to be a pioneer in a sense of starting this out and allowing you all to watch the journey of the unfoldment process and to offer myself as a guide in anybody who's wanting to transition from a cooked food lifestyle to a raw vegan lifestyle. So that's my message for this moment. I thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe and like the video, and I will be here with more. I'm excited to share this journey with you all, and I'm open to any questions or any comments that come up around this topic, and I'm open for the discussion from a true place of heart and what I've experienced along this journey so far. And much love to all of you. Many blessings. This is a beautiful journey that we're all on, and we're in this together. And so I see you all, and I recognize your power and your goodness and your strength. So keep it together, keep it up, and we've got this. Much love to you.